2019, and according to the research that was done by others, I am the youngest to ever run for mayor of the city of Las Vegas. Who would have thought that a young black child from the south side of Chicago would move to East Las Vegas at the age of 16, be born to a single mother, and grow up to be standing here before you all on today as the youngest mayoral candidate in the history of Las Vegas. And as historic as that sounds, I understand history means nothing without true substance. And so we're not running this campaign with just history being made. We ain't doing that. But we're running this campaign with the masses of working people, older people, young people, poor people, people of all faiths, people of all races, LGBTQ people, and immigrant people all being engaged, people being inspired, people being encouraged, people being empowered, and most importantly, people being served. I want to thank you all, and I want you all to understand, serving doesn't start when you get in office. The serving starts before you even get elected. And I'll take it a step further and say the serving starts before the campaign begins. Many of us elect certain elected officials, but then we get disappointed when we don't see them do what we thought they would do. But if you ever took the time to do some research, to check their track records before they ran, you would see not much was done before they was elected. And if not much was done before they was elected, much probably will not get done when they are elected. The songwriter wrote, "Nothing from nothing leaves nothing." You gotta have something. And I totally agree. In order for you to have something when you are elected, you must have something before you are elected. Something from something leaves something. Since I was 19 years old, I've been out in this community serving, not just in the holiday spirit, but in the human spirit. You don't just see me serving on Thanksgiving, and you don't just see me giving love on Christmas Day. I try my best to make sure that everything I do is not seasonal, but year-round. We don't have the time to just work during seasons, because those who are against us never take a break, never rest, but they work 24/7. And since 2014, I've been working 24/7. And because I refuse to take a rest, my organization and fellow servants along with myself have been able to feed hundreds of people through free food programs, through free barbecues, through free Thanksgiving dinners. We've been able to provide hundreds with clothing, shoes, and toiletries through serving projects. We have been arrested for protesting state-sanctioned violence against innocent people, and because of that resistance, an officer has been charged and fired. We have marched, we have protested, and we have brought the community together during attacks on the city. And we have fought with everything that we have inside of us. Now, normally, I don't believe the tree should ever mention the fruit, but I'll make an exception for today. But that's why I believe that I am more than qualified to be your next mayor for the city of Las Vegas. People say, well, you're too young, you have no experience. Well, they told Dr. Martin King Jr. the same thing, but he didn't listen because he knew it was time. And on today, I say that it's time. It's time for young people to take their place in the revolution of change. We tell children that you are the future. Well, children who you told that to are now adults in the present. So it's time for those adults in the present who were children to produce what they have been preparing for their whole lives, and that's change. It's time for the people to rise up. It's time for us to be people first and profit second. It's time for us to stand up with courage and realize that if things are going to change, you have to change it. You cannot wait on no one, because change starts with you. And you must be the change that you want to see. Someone asked me, well, what do you plan to do? Well, I plan to do nothing. I think the question should be, what do we plan to do? Because I can't do anything as an individual if I don't have the support of the people. But if we all work together, we can change it all. Someone said, what do you promise to do? And my response was the same before. I don't promise to do anything besides promise you that if you get beside me, not behind me, but beside me, and stand together, we can change dark todays to bright tomorrows. So it's time. Somebody say it's time.
It's time.
It's time for us to be Vegas strong for all. Well, you may say, what is Vegas strong for all? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Vegas strong for all means doing for self. Vegas strong for all means every human being in Las Vegas is off the streets and shelter is over their heads. Vegas strong for all means that people of color get treated with equality like their white family. Vegas strong for all means that all sides of town in Las Vegas are thriving educationally, economically, socially, and politically. Vegas strong for all means that all residents feel welcome. It means that we are truly what the slogan says, and that's Vegas strong. And I would say, as of now, we are not Vegas strong, but we are Vegas weak. We are weak because we are not getting the proper nutrients as a city. So, can real doctors, the doctors of change, please stand up? Because it's time for us to operate on this sick city. It's time for a change. And so until we all unite, we cannot be Vegas strong. Until we all care about the poor, those without shelter, and the struggling family, we cannot be Vegas strong. Until police officers who abuse their power are held accountable, we cannot be Vegas strong. Until we care as much about building shelters as we care about building casinos, we just cannot be Vegas strong. Until we can provide the same resources to the west side and the east side as we provide to other towns, we cannot be Vegas strong. Until we stop investing in city jails and start investing more in community development, we just cannot be Vegas strong. Until we can make sure our immigrant families, families of different genders, families who are poor, families of different faith, of color, all feel safe, feel loved and embraced, we cannot be Vegas strong. But I want you to know that there's hope. I want you to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Got a little wind going on right now. We back. I want you to know that better days are coming, brighter days are coming. So that towel that you threw down because you are disappointed and discouraged, and as the younger generation say, so over it, go pick it back up and wipe off your face because we have some work to do. Lift up your head and understand we have the power to make this city the great city that it can be. But the only way we can do it is we have to all come together. In the words of the late great James Brown, we shall overcome if we all come over. And like the song says, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome.